Hey everybody, hope you're doing well. It's 4:30 on Thursday afternoon and it's time for another edition of What's for Dinner. So just a little housekeeping. Don't forget that nothing you hear tonight should be construed as medical advice. This is for informational, entertainment, and purposes only. And if you have any kind of questions about anything, make sure you consult with your healthcare provider. All right, with all that being said, what do we have going on here tonight, hon?
So you grilled a ribeye and a filet, which is yummy.
Yes.
And yeah, and then chicken wings, and I have some more in here. I'm going to stop in just a second.
Yeah. We haven't been going crazy here the last couple of days with the food, guys, because I'm still not able to taste anything, so It's not so fun for me to eat. So we're just kind of keeping them to the basics. But that looks really good.
I mean, I guess that's fine. I just like them a little crispier, but
yeah, me too. You can fire it back up. I don't mind waiting a little bit longer.
It's loud.
Okay. And then
Farm fresh eggs
yum
with a little cheese.
Yeah, that's delish. Okay, and what do you have going on over here?
And I have Janie's tomatoes again.
Yum.
Some cucumbers and onions and I'll put some olive oil and vinegar on there.
For those of you who don't know this, Teresa is slowly transitioning to plant-based from carnivore. Just kidding. All right, so I understand that you have some case studies you wanted to kind of go over with us tonight.
I do.
Okay.
So you mentioned, so anyway, let me start with one first.
Okay.
And then I'll be smarmy.
Okay.
Okay, so this is a patient. I saw back for the first time after putting her on hormones. So she's 53 years old. Natural menopause to me just means you did not have your uterus and ovaries taken out, but she's in menopause. She started hormones with me at the very beginning of June. She was on them already from another provider, but not doing really great because people, just because you quote unquote do hormones doesn't mean you know how to do hormones, okay? Not that I think I'm great, but all I do is hormones. So she came in originally complaining of zero libido, vaginal dryness, painful sex, unable to build muscle, and her recovery was taking extra days in between, hot flashes and night sweats, no sleep, and she was very moody. So I started her on progesterone, estradiol, testosterone, and the supplement DHEA and B12. And today, I also optimized her thyroid because it is a little bit sluggish. She is feeling amazing. All of this is better. So now her husband is having sex again with her, so he's happy. Everything is going really great. This is an easy textbook hormone case. And then I saw another patient who we know very well came back in, and she's already lost 12 pounds. She was on hormones from someone else before me. She has thyroid disease, but her TSH was in almost 9, so whoever was doing it wasn't doing a great job. She's already lost 12 pounds. They have sex all the time. I mean, this is what we should be doing for everybody.
Yeah.
So, and then another case study I have, you mentioned that what we say is for entertainment purposes only, and people have to ask their physician about hormones if they have questions. Did you not say that?
Yeah, I did.
So, this is a 54-year-old female. She's been seeing me for years, since 2021. She tried to start with the new primary care, and so he did labs on her, and he said, I don't know anything about hormones, but you need to stop your T3, which is your thyroid, part of your thyroid, which is your cytomel, and your testosterone is too high. Even though I don't know anything about hormones, you need to stop your testosterone and stop your T3. So she did, and her free testosterone was only 2.6. Okay, here's the range, 0.6 to 6.4. She did stop all of those things. She was unable to her libido went completely in the toilet, and even if she did force herself to have sex with her husband, she couldn't orgasm. Her hair started falling out, and she's extremely fatigued. So she's already started back on her testosterone before she even saw me and is doing better. So Mark has to tell you this thing about talking to your providers, but this guy admitted he doesn't know hormones, but still changed her hormones.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing is a lot of the folks watching, especially like on YouTube and whatnot, are not local here, and they're not ever going to be patients of ours. So they might reach out to us. They might ask us questions about certain things that are a little bit too specific, and you've not established a patient provider relationship with them. So that's where the tricky part comes in.
Are you an attorney in a different life?
No, okay. No. Nor would I care to be. Nothing against attorneys, just I don't have any interest.
But if you're talking about like nutrition, if you have a recent graduate from the University of South Florida Medical School, I know that Dr. Dominic D'Agostino has implemented a nutrition course in there. We got the prelude to his nutrition course a couple weeks ago in San Diego at the conference. So otherwise, I think it's about 19 hours that are quote unquote required for medical school, but I think it was like 86% of med students don't get the 19 hours.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, talking about education and whatnot, and doctors who might know what they're talking about, or providers, who are some great people that people on social media that anybody watching could potentially follow?
Yeah. Dr. Ben Bickman.
Okay. And how do you know which platform he uses?
So he does all social media and he has a podcast.
Okay.
I was just in bed last night watching a podcast between him because I love him. He is amazing. And kind of like my mouth falls open because his like cadence of speech, and he makes things so easy. I was watching a podcast between him and Anthony Chafee.
Another good one.
Yep.
Well, what about Dr. Tro?
For sure, Dr. Tro and Brian Linskus have podcasts.
Low carb MD, right? On
yeah.
a podcast, yep.
And Brian Linskus has Life's Best Medicine.
Yep.
I mean, Ken Berry's good, Rob Seifus is good, and those guys have short little segments.
Sean Baker?
Sean Baker have a podcast?
No, not podcast. He's on.
I think he does have a. He used
I don't
to.
know. I know he's on Instagram. He's
He
big
is.
on Instagram.
He's
so.
on Instagram.
But
and
I'm just
Facebook.
saying, in general, like, what do we have for providers and where are their platforms that they're using?
Yeah.
So.
Philip Oveda is a cardiac surgeon out of Florida. He has a podcast. He's carnivore. Yeah, Anthony Chafee has one.
Yep.
I mean, there are lots of options and choices.
Yeah. I just wanted to throw out some names and some platforms for people. So.
Yeah.
All right. What else? Anything?
That's all. And Mark and I were talking too, and I said we should start saying that we eat like diabetics. We eat like we're type 1 diabetics or type 2 that haven't reversed it yet.
Yeah.
And that is to keep our insulin low and our blood sugars low. Because let's face it, everyone watching is, and especially if you're like 50 and above, you're fearful of health. And so one of the big things that people are fearful of is cancer. And Dr. Dominic D'Agostino talked about the top 12 cancers, and in that top 12, 9 of them are metabolically related.
Yeah.
So food is huge. If you want your health to be amazing, you have got to change your food.
Yeah. Same thing too. If you want to affect fat loss, we have to clear the insulin.
Yeah.
Get that out of the way so
Yeah.
you can tap into your fat stores, and we talk about that a lot. So.
Yeah, insulin is not going to allow you to tap into your fat stores to lose fat if it's in play. And if you eat oatmeal, pasta, rice, potato, sweet potato, brown rice, oatmeal, fruit, yogurt, granola.
Most Starbucks coffees.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All that stuff is sugar. And you guys underestimate how much sugar is in that stuff.
Yep.
If you downloaded a free macro counter and you counted your carbohydrates, I think you'd be a little bit shocked at how much you're doing.
Yeah. What we want to do is get our bodies so our body is using fat for fuel. We want to replace the sugar and we want to replace it with fat. And
Yeah.
we want to use that fat for fuel. And there's plenty of fat on most of our bodies that we can pull out of storage and we can utilize.
Well, even you who went over your body composition last night, your percent body fat is 17.
16.
16.
Easy there.
Sorry.
17. Jeez.
That's plenty to take from. Now,
Yeah.
me, I'm not working out. I'm skinny fat. I'm skinny. I can fit into bathing suits and all that, but my body fat, I'm sure, is probably 26%. So there's plenty on me. Now, women should have a little more. That's how God designed us because we
Yeah.
carry babies. But 26, there's plenty of fat for my body to eat off of.
Yeah. Even at 16, there's still plenty to tap
Yeah,
into.
that's what I'm saying,
I think
yeah.
we said the average adult here in the United States has about 40,000 calories of fat stored on their body that they can use for fuel. Yeah.
That's a lot.
And then on top of that, you also have glycogen stores. So the sugar that's there, some sugar is stored as glycogen in your muscles for fuel for your muscles. It doesn't get turned into fat right away.
Yeah.
And that's only what, 1,800 calories, 2,000 calories. It's a very small amount of, that's stored for energy.
Yeah.
So anyway, anything else?
That's all. I mean, most modern diseases you can prevent or reverse with food.
For sure. All right, guys. Tell us what you're having for dinner.
Yes.
If you have any questions, shoot them our way. And we love you all, and God bless, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.